It's a post-holiday Red Friday show for you guys. We are back with you, and the story of the day is that the Chiefs are getting close to being fully healthy again. And one guy in particular is leading the charge, and that's Patrick Mahomes, who was not on the injury report as of Thursday.
This is Ryan Tracy with your daily update from Locked On Chiefs.
Very significant given you got a little bit more time off for the holiday, but they do have to get down to business against these Chargers. Does that bode well for the whole team or just in specifically Mahomes?
Honestly, I think it bodes well for everybody. I think you start looking at the Chiefs injury report. They have two guys that are limited in Andrew Wiley and Claiborne, and then you have Cam Irving, who didn't practice at all, but he was out with an illness. So, he's going to be back at practice, you would imagine, on Friday. So I would imagine he'll be ready to play on Sunday. But really looking at Patrick Mahomes being healthy for the first time this season is a huge thing. First time that he's not been on the injury report since week 1. And that's a big deal. If he's fully healthy and he trusts his offensive line and he moves around like he's been doing in the past couple of games and not really getting out of the pocket, but just moving around in the pocket, that's a great sign moving forward.
Yeah, I think it's honestly what we've been waiting for basically ever since, the ankle sprain. It's been such a series of injuries. So to get to the point finally after the high ankle, the dislocation, and then the hand thing. I mean, the fact that the hand was more significant, I think, than most people thought, and the fact that he had to go have x-rays and make sure and all that kind of stuff. I mean, these were not little nicks that slow a lot of players down. These were significant injuries.
No, these were bigger injuries, and the kneecap dislocation was a really big injury, and that really hampered his comfort on that knee and his ability to move around. And I think you saw that not necessarily really in the Titans game, but I think it came back and haunted him a little bit in the Chargers game. I think the first game back from the injury, you felt a little amped up, and that really helped. But going forward, I think that him being healthy, him being able to move around the pocket like he's started to again. Late in the season, I think that's a great sign for their offense and defensively getting healthier. And, now you have Xavier Williams, who's going to be somebody that I expect to be active on Sunday just so they can get him some snaps before the playoffs start.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's very much so. And I think this goes to the overall kind of concept of this team is that very next guy up, step back into to a role, if not the exact role that you had before. If you saw Xavier Williams press minute there from the locker room, very comfortable, joking around. Derek Nottie giving him a little bit of interview static. I think that tells you that not only does he belong on this team, and that, yes, there's been an injury that's kept him out in the IR thing, and that goes for a number of players on this roster, but that this whole train is moving forward. The injuries are getting better. The players are coming back. Everybody's still included. Everybody's still pulling towards that common goal, and I feel like this team is getting not only healthy, but getting more focused as they need to and peaking at the right moment.
I agree with that. And I think what you're going to see going forward is you're going to see a very focused team. There are some people that could argue that, this game is more of a trap game than some of the others because people are going to be looking forward to the playoffs. To me, I don't think that the Chiefs are looking at it that way at all. I don't think that that's going to be even a thing that could be on their mind because to me, they have something to play for in this game. And with the focus that they've come out in the past couple of weeks, I fully expect that they're going to be ready for this game against the Chargers and that they're going to perform well.
I agree with you. Certainly having Wiley back on the field, that gives you options. I still feel like Wiz should be playing. I wonder if they're going to try to upset that apple cart again by putting Wiley back in. They may. They may purely see Wisniewski as a fill-in, as the backup at this point. We'll find that out. But clearly with Cam Irving missing due to illness, that's another positive sign that you have an interior offensive lineman that can come in and help, and even in a pinch could go back to tackle if he really had to. Sets everything up. I think Mo Claiborne's probably the bigger get because Fenton practiced last week. Seems like he's doing well. And the experience of Claiborne, you heard some of the players talk about it about 2 weeks ago, between him and Bashad Breeland as the older guys that are kind of leaders within the room. And I think that's key. Because it's hard to lead, as we've seen from Eric Berry in years past, when you're not on the field. And I think just having even limited snaps for Mo Claiborne is a big plus for this group.
This has been your Kansas City Chiefs lead story from Ryan Tracy and Chris Clark of Locked On Chiefs.